Okay, well, let's get started. And I'm going to start sharing my screen. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad that you all made it here. And it's wonderful to see you all, even if it's all virtual. So we have been running this show for 22 years. Imagine that. Every single month, we've been putting investors and entrepreneurs together, and investments actually do happen. Let's see, if I could. Doesn't seem to be working. Here we go. Stuck keys. We are the largest angel group in British Columbia, over 150 members. And, operating for 22 years, it's over 2,500 companies. I bet you we're probably just skimming, just under 3,000 companies. But a good chunk of those companies have received some investments. How many, you ask? Well, we just did investor survey for the first quarter of 2021. We got the data, and we invested 3.7 million in 55 companies. Now, 87 companies, compare that to all of 2020, 87 companies received 14.6 million. And so our first quarter is looking really good compared to 2020. And of course, when we do this, we're supported by IRAP and NACO, ACA. They require data from us. So we're after this meeting tomorrow, you're going to see an investor survey in your email and in Slack. So please click on it and fill it out, because this is really important. Because when we give the data to our professional associations like NACO, National Angel Capital Organization, and to the US-based ACA, Angel Capital Association, they use that data to advocate for the angel investor community, and it's really important. So you get that we have a couple of types of membership. We have a full membership and online membership. Now, full membership, you get to have the 11 meetings with the optional guests, pre-screening meetings. You get to be part of the Slack channel. You get access to the recorded meetings and the company profiles. Now, online membership, you get all that except for actually attending the meetings in person or online or as it happens. So if this is particularly good for people who cannot attend every single meeting, but they still get to have the recorded meetings. And even better, if you're a member of one of our partner angel groups or partner funds like eFund or What If, you get an even better deal. All the full membership benefits for just $400. Like to thank our annual sponsors. Some of these companies have been with us for 22 years. So really want to thank all of them. Fasken, Tandem, TD Bank, SFU Venture Labs, Western Pacific Trust Company, Invest Ventures, Raymond James, OKR Financial, and KTAX. And we have a number of community partners who've really helped us along the way. They're the two associated angel funds, eFund and What If. We've got other companies as well, Front Funder, Volition, Tandem, Spring. And of course, we're very much associated with Kretzy Forum, Angel Capital Association, and NACO, and of course, Rocket Builders. And of course, we get some funding from our federal government. So yay for that. So for some upcoming events, you can see all this in the VANTEC website agenda, and Wendy has so kindly put that link in the chat box, so you could just click on that and follow along. And we have a number of community events, so you could just follow on that. We have a number of investor events. One of the very popular programs that VANTEC has started only within the last few years is the VANTEC Startup Visa program, and we actually hide that off, and that's going really well. Jackson, are you on the line?
I am on the line, Thelzel.
Okay, Jackson, why don't you talk about the VANTEC Startup Visa Pitch Perfect preview that's happening tomorrow?
Thank you very much. So, everybody loves a monthly event and they all want to get along and find the next, unicorn. But, we also have very promising foreign entrepreneurs who, are sometimes overlooked, and we found the best ones, and they're all here at VanTech. And so, if you want to continue the party, you can actually come join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. The links will be sent to you guys after this event if you're a VanTech member, or you can go to the event page and sign up. So you don't have to feel that you're missing out because the after party is tomorrow. So feel free to email us for more information, and hopefully we'll see you at the Start Pitch event.
Great, thanks a lot, Jackson. And if these startup visa candidates come to Canada, establish their businesses in Canada, then they could also pitch at the regular VanTech and a chance to invest as well. All right, talking about entrepreneurs. Okay, can you all hear me? Okay? Just said that my internet connection's unstable, so apologies ahead of time for that. Tips for entrepreneurs: take full advantage of the features of the Zoom, network with investors, introduce yourself, ask for interest. Use this time. You might say, oh, 5 minutes is not very much, or even 90 seconds is not enough. Really, this is the time for you to plan post VanTech events and invite potential investors to come talk to you for a more in-depth, deep dive Q&A. Keep us up to date by sending email updates and keeping your Gus profile up to date. We, as said before, we share your recorded pitch with the members and the entrepreneurs, and we share full presentations with the Pacific Northwest Angel groups. And we meet once a month, and we share about our entrepreneurs. So VanTech entrepreneurs get exposure south of the border and vice versa. We have feedback. We're always looking to improve. I mean, 22 years of doing this, we still don't know everything. We're always learning. So we just bring you to the very last point. We send out an event survey where we look at metrics, and feedback from you is very, very helpful. Okay, back to the entrepreneurs. We will have votes. It's not just previews, it's all 90 seconds pitches. There are 16 companies today, 5 updates, 7 previews. So choose from those companies that you like. There will be a quick little survey, and the top 3 companies will be invited back to try out for a full presentation at Future. Now, for the companies that made it to full presentation, they would like your feedback too. So please provide the feedback. We found in the past that VanTech is one of the first stops made by these companies. So any feedback that you give to them is really, really helpful and appreciated. And of course, after the presentations, we will have breakout rooms where you can do some Q&A and of course, high-level questions only. You can grill them when you actually have a post-event meeting. House rules. Please mute yourself when not presenting. Phone off when presenting and networking. Network and make new connections. You had a little bit of a taste of that just before the event. So that's what we'll be continuing today after the presentations. So no soliciting unless you're presenting entrepreneur. And there's other ways to connect online and offline. So investors, you can be a member of Slack. We will be sending out links via DocSend. And of course, put your comments on the feedback forms, and Gus profiles are shared on the agenda and in the newsletters. And if you're not on Slack, investors, send an email to info@vantech.ca and we'll get you all set up. Okay, so the breakout rooms, after all the presentations are done, we're going to have 2 cycles of 10 minutes each. During that time, each of the 4 full presenters will have their own dedicated breakout rooms, and the angel sponsors can act as facilitators for the Q&A that happen in those breakout rooms. The 90-second pitches will be sharing their breakout rooms. We're trying to get it so that there's about 3 companies per shared breakout room, and we'll have 10-minute cycles of that. Now, if you could choose your breakout room, you don't have to stay in a single breakout room for the full 10 minutes, but you can move in and out. We have the capacity to do that, so we'll do that for 2 cycles of 10 minutes, and then after that, we're going to have random room pairing for about 5 minutes until we close. So don't forget to connect with us, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook and on LinkedIn.